All right, guys, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, everybody had a great 4th of July this weekend. I know it was a little crazy for some of you guys out there, partying too crazy, and some of you got to see some family. So, hopefully, everybody had a wonderful weekend and basically enjoyed everything that sometimes we really don't like to enjoy. So, hopefully, you took advantage of everything that happened and you didn't get too crazy. So it's been a long 3 days, and you guys all know that going into the weekend, going into the week, we have a 4 day 4 day trading sessions, and sometimes it's not the best, and sometimes it's just too short, and we feel like we missed out on the biggest day, which is our Monday, which is today. But there's still lots of opportunity, and what I want to do today is again share the weekly watch list with you guys. Hopefully this has been something that you guys have been trading and following, and remember that the levels that I give, they're going to stay consistent. They're not going to switch overnight. They are levels that are areas of importance, and they're levels to take note of. If you're not taking note of, then I really don't know what to tell you. But all these levels will remain the same today, tomorrow, the next week, and the week after that, okay? But when it comes to the patterns, the pattern, usually you wait for the breakout, usually wait for the continuation, you look for the retest, things like that. Nonetheless, the levels that are given are still levels that you can use again, either for a short position, for a scalp, for a day trade, for a swing trade, for a retest, for a buy the dip. I mean, there's multiple things that you can use depending on who you are as a trader. All right, so for the first one, I actually have a couple here that I want to share with you guys just off this watch list. Hopefully, I don't go too crazy, and hopefully, it's not too long, just because we have a 4 day week ahead of us, and I want you guys to get some good quality trades in there, depending if you decide to follow. So here, you guys can see the side right here. So CRM, AAL, Diz, Cat, Run, Uber, Shop, Amazon, Snap, GM, Tesla, UPST, and then I just have some futures here. But looking at CRM, this already broke out of like this ascending triangle here, and then also like this range here. The range was from like this 245 down to the bottom of like 240, 50, 241 area. There's a lot of consolidation here that created this pop to the top. So now what I'm looking for is not so much of the retest of this triangle, but also the continuation. Okay, so buying a dip around this 247.50 and then this 248.50, it's probably a good area to enter for this, to continue to keep on driving to the top side. Some of the levels are already given. So for CRM, you're looking for 250, 251.60. Right here, it's 251.60. This top of 250, 250, 255, and hopefully around 261.30. Now, I'm not saying we can get there in 4 days, but this is the ultimate target, right? So based on this here, I'm looking for the break of this 251.60 area. If it can definitely continue to the top, but most likely we're going to come in with strength. If it continues, of course, I'm not saying that it's going to happen. But when this comes in with strength, it most likely will pop to the top and create a higher high on this trend itself, okay? Because the trend right here is your friend. It's the breakout that happened already, and yeah, I'm still in a swing. I was able to day trade this on Friday for some good percentages. So hopefully this continues to the top side, and I'm going to be looking to buy the dip on this one specifically for CRM. The next one, we're going to look at Run. Oh, sorry, AAL. All right, so for AAL was on the watch list last week, and we had this drop happen. So this is one of the setups that I personally like as a trader, just because I trade zones, and it's all about areas. Okay, the zone, it depends on the size, right? So here you have like this 221.86 to 22.51, so 21.86 to 50, and you could have traded this range. You know, you could have grabbed the put on top, you could have grabbed the call right here at the bottom and stopped out, but then created this, you know, to just heavily drop. So this created a drop based drop. So this is the opportunity whenever you see a trend like this, right? You see this range, you want to grab that breakout. It's either we're going to drive to the bottom, and the best thing to find um, a level, a target level, you want to find the next actual support, which is right here, and that is where we touched right there at that like 2095 area. Okay, we have more room to the bottom side if we continue to break this, but like I said in the previous video, I said I personally did not want to short this just because there's a lot of demand right here, and usually when you see a lot of demand here, you see a lot of stalling and a lot of indecision if we're going to continue to the downside, because the play already happened, right? This huge drop and we based out, and then we just created more drop. And then now what we're doing is we're kind of just basing out right here at this bottom of this previous support. So now the next breakout, this area will still be of importance over this 22, and then the high of 2250 will create higher highs and will create a nice trend change. You know, this can happen all the way, you know, 2 weeks from now. So either way, I still want to look at AAL for a potential play, you know, up or down. I want to be able to scalp this, you know, throughout the day. So I'm going to be looking for, you know, the range of 21 right here all the way to the top of 2250. So I'm going to use this whole range, just trade it up and down and use it for all account sizes, because honestly, AAL is just cheap. So you're going to use 21, 2140, 2165, 2188, 2210, 2250, 2276, 23, 2310. All right. The watch list is already posted as well for AAL. So that's what I'm going to do with this ticker. So Disney, let me just take this off. Disney has been something that I've been following personally, and I've been catching a lot of dip buys on this. I've been catching a lot of small breakouts for this one. And the last video I explained the difference as to what is going on with Disney, as to the trend that's happening here with this specifically. So Disney is one of those strong stocks. It's a growth stock that's probably made it through COVID, and even though it got hit the most right in the beginning, it ended up recovering and making some all-time highs of 203.76, which is awesome. It's sometimes it's hard to day trade because it moves sideways so much, and it just literally just goes up and down, so it doesn't properly give you a nice direction for the day. So what I found with Disney's characteristics as of lately, you know, from this downtrend here and this base here, a lot of the dips have been getting bought. Usually when a lot of the dips get bought intraday, it's usually telling you that there's a lot of buyers stepping into this specific stock, and they're slowly building into a position. All right, you don't necessarily go all in when you're an investor. When you're an investor, let's just say you have $1,000. You want to start with the first 100. Like I'm gonna buy $100 worth of this share or whatever, and then as it gradually comes down just a bit more and it stays between this nice range, then you want to add another 100. So therefore you're at $800 leeway now, and you're continuing to add, you know, to that position. So that's what it means when sellers start to slow down, and then buyers start to come in into this nice range to build a nice position that's going to take it to the top side. Okay, so with this coming down, you guys see here that we had a nice range from like this 191 all the way to this 180. You can just say round off 182, and then now we're right below it, so we're at the 181 all the way to this 171.50, which right now it looks like it's creating a ascending triangle here inside, and it can definitely take the next 4, 5, 6, 7, like a week and a half for this to actually pop, but it can do it whenever it wants. Remember that. And what this can do is, the awesome part is that it's a good buy level. You know, these 170 areas, even the over 180, I think is going to catch a lot of attention. But if we have an excuse, if we have a reason to go long on Disney, which would be the breakout of this triangle, it'll catch a lot of people's attention, and that's when the retail crew would come in, and that's when more investors will come in, and this thing will just continue to trend back up. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for Disney to do. I'm looking for this reason, for this catalyst, for this to actually break and give me a reason to continue to trade Disney to the top side. And once it does that, I think it'll have a nice, staircase pattern to the top, which will create it to have a trend change on this 4-hour time frame, the weekly time frame, the daily, whatever other time frames are out there. It's going to create a nice trend change as long as it continues to go to the top side. Now, I don't want this to go. The one thing I don't want to do is for this to go parabolic and just go straight up like this. That's what I don't want to happen for Disney. Okay, I want it to be gradually, like literally, do something like this, range trade in here a little bit, and then we have all these targets on top. So that's kind of what I'm looking for Disney, guys. All right, you guys, I see a lot of value in these levels. So totally up to you guys how you want to trade this. I personally have leaps and I have equity on this, just because it's a great stock. So with Disney, looking for 175.50. Okay, so this is the level that I want to use. So I'm using this. Okay, I'm using this range as a base for Disney, and then the top would be this 179. Okay, the 179 is going to confirm the breakout, and then the psychological number 180, and then you have this 181. This is the level that we need to build candle bodies on. Okay, so you want candle bodies to build on top to confirm this trend to the top, but also you want to be able to buy the dip anywhere down here. Okay, below 175.50, don't bother. If you guys want to short it, by all means, but I don't see value in shorting Disney anymore at these levels, just because it's trading sideways and it's been doing it for quite some time now, and we have a ascending triangle here building right here. Okay, so that's the value that I see in it. So look for this, and then look for the targets up here. You have like 182, you have almost 182.70. You have the top of this, which is 185.50, and then 186 level. Then you have 189, and then you're heading into the 190s. All right, so look out for Disney, guys. All right, the next one is gonna be CAT. CAT is almost like the same thing that's happening with Disney, except it's different. CAT actually held some very strong levels through a lot of volatility. A lot of the COVID sessions, it held. It showed a lot of value, showed a lot of strength, and now because we had this catalyst and we hit this all-time high, and then we broke this little trend here. We have a failed breakout right there. It created this to come down, so that was the reason and the excuse for CAT to get dropped. Okay, so with CAT still, it's still a strong potential. It's still something that has a lot of value, but remember, it doesn't have to hold this. All right, this can literally be like some type of flag that somebody is looking at, and they're gonna look forward to shorting it. But either way, you can still trade these levels and make it for some good day trades. So I want to take it over 218 and 219, just for the breakout of this little pattern right here. It's almost like it's squeezing in here. And then I have my first target around 221.50 all the way to the 222 and then 223.30. And then I'm looking for over 225, which is 226, 227. So I'm looking for CAT to continue to get some more momentum, just because of HD and low. They started pressing up as well, and HD is just the one that's a little bit behind. So can also buy the dip around 215 to 214. You don't want anything below 213. Okay, 213, you guys start doing your due diligence and then look for some short positions to the downside. But I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. The next one is run. So for this one, I'm gonna be looking to enter a swing trade. As you can see here from this nice chart, it came down. It tried to base out right here at this level, but then it got smacked down some more, but then now created a nice little trend change here, which looks like a little staircase pattern. You go up, you come down, go up, down, and currently it looks like we're trying to go build back up, you see. So you could have easily bought the dips on this one. I know a lot of people have been following this one as well. So now we're kind of just basing out right here and looking for the next leg to the top side if we get one. So my entry for a run, it's going to be 57.50 right here, this top, okay? As long as we can break this, I'm looking at it because of all the supply that was here at one point, and this is the supply that we broke down from. So you can see here that we tried to push up, but we couldn't hold. But then we came in here just stalling. So 57.50 is going to be my entry, and the contract that I want to grab is the August 20th, 2021. It's a 60 call, and it's about $5. All right. Now that's going to change tomorrow. It'll definitely change once we hit that price point. But my target is 60. Okay, my target is 60, and then I have a high target of 63.70 right here. Okay, so I'm targeting this top right here. All right, 63.50. Take it as high as that 65. Okay, so that's kind of what I want to look for. I want to look for a run just to do this, and let me compare it with the chart that it follows. Right here, 10. Okay, so you see, it's almost showing the same aggressive moves here. Okay. So it's showing the same aggressive moves, and then came down, and then tan started trending back up. So I'm looking for all solar to start pushing back up. So if you want to follow run, follow tan. Tan over 90. It'll definitely continue, and then 92.65, and then 93. So I have tons of alerts on tan, as you can see from right here. Definitely following that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my 5 top tickers for the week, guys. Please set those levels. Follow that watch list that's posted. It's also posted on the Instagram if you guys want to check it out. But here's some other ones that I want to keep you guys in mind of. Uber was on the weekly watch list as well last week, and I was looking for the break of this like 51.80 and then 52. So if we can break over 52, we'll definitely start hitting 53 and 54. Okay, the 54 is my high target for Uber. I want to see this thing pop to the top simply because we have a nice setup. All right, we have all that range. I mean, I could bring it all the way down to this bottom too, but the bigger picture, you can kind of see all this is highlighted as a huge range, so it's pretty cool. So the size of the range will be the size of the break, which the target's about 54 to the high of 55. So looking for this piece right there, that'll be the target for the week. Into next week once we can start breaking over 52, and I'm already in a swing. For shop, nice rally. This thing is on steroids again. All right, look at this strong candle on the weekly time frame, and it's cooling off right there at this all-time high. Shop is a great company. It's very strong. It's very expensive ticker as well, so please, if you can't trade this, don't trade it. Look at the lowering volume coming down, which is awesome, which is creating this nice downtrend right here, and it's creating this nice little pattern right here. Call this a bull flag, call it a descending triangle, call it what you want, but it's pressing down, and once we break, okay, 1433, 1430, sorry, okay, 1430, and then the top, which be your 15, okay. Those are your levels that you want to make sure you keep track of, because we're probably going to squeeze in the next 3-4 days. And the pop doesn't have to happen tomorrow. It can happen any day of the week. All right. So make sure you have those alerts. I already have all mine set. I'm ready for this to break out to the top or the bottom. I don't care which way it goes. I will trade chop either way, just because it has a lot of value. And I've been trading a lot of puts on this one. 1354 and then 1550 would be your two targets, up or down. Okay. For Amazon, I think a lot of people have this on watch list already, so I'm not really adding much value. I just want to let you guys know that this thing is freaking bullish still. And definitely if it goes over that 35.20, okay, it'll continue. All right, the target would be up here, this 36.02, and then you're looking for this 36.67 here. It's not a lot of resistance because we haven't really touched that level multiple times to call it resistance. So expect Amazon just to start trending all the way up into earnings. So earnings is on 7/29. On that week, we have a lot of earnings coming up. So once the season comes, a lot of the moves will be already applied. So get in while you can. All right. So watch out for Amazon to hit this level by the end of the week, 3601. Okay. That's mainly what everybody is looking for, Amazon. So if you missed it, definitely catch the dip right here. All right. This would be your dip. Okay. So you want to use that 35 and then the 34.88 as a dip buy for Amazon. So if it does dip Tuesday, tomorrow, I will definitely get in for a call play here. Snap. Snap is another one that has a nice setup right here. Okay, almost looks like an ascending triangle that's building, but it's definitely pressing up against that like 69 level. So over 69, you can take this long, and you have some targets up here that we've never really hit. So 71, and then I'm gonna grab this high right here, which is a 73. Okay, so these are the levels that you have. All right, once we break out of that 69, you're going for that 71 and then that 73. Okay, after that, you're doing some all-time highs on this thing. And like I said, we have earnings coming up for this one as well, and it can be the run up into earnings. We have GM as well. GM was on the previous list as well, and this one actually ended up breaking to the downside, which is awesome. So now what we have here is we have this nice downtrend, and we have the bottom right here of 58.44. Okay, so it's very simple to trade this. I don't know how else to put this, but we're trading the trend line or we're trading the bottom of support. For this one, you want to take it long over 59.50. Okay, 59.50, or you're just gonna set that level at 58.44 for the short position. Okay, that's gonna be GM. If it wants to base out right here the next 4 days, let it base out, but you'll still use the 59.50 and the 58.44. Okay, so make sure you set those alerts. And just to show you, I definitely have some alerts set, and then I had these top two alerts too, and we're up here, but unfortunately, we did drop down. So nice channel down, nice little setup here. Tesla, I know everybody's still watching Tesla, and the awesome part is that we held this pattern. Okay, we actually broke out on Friday and then just came right back down to the bottom, thus creating a little more of a questionable setup as to if we're going to keep continuing to the top side, or are we literally just going to break down. So I'm going to have my alert at 668.50. Okay, and I'll set it now with you guys so you guys can keep track. Just know that I'm keeping track as well. And I already have all my alerts to the top side, so I'm not worried. Tesla, wait for the break of 687. Okay, if you want to be a little more patient, wait for like the 690 level. If you want to be more patient, wait for the 700 level to touch again. All right. So do that. Good luck with Tesla, guys. Make sure you guys have the account for it. Don't trade it if you're trying to play $1,000 contract. That's your whole account. UPST. The other one that was on the weekly watch list as well last week, and I want to be able to use the same levels. So just like I explained last time, you have a drop, right, and then you have a base. Okay, this can either trend back to the top side, or we can literally just trend back to the downside. Wherever it wants to go, my alerts will remain the same. 128.60, 128.60, and 129. You want to start taking it long. Below this 115, yeah, 115 and 115.50 around here, this is where it's gonna, you want to trade it to the downside, and then you have a target of like 105. So UPST actually gave an awesome entry last week right here. It had like a $10 move on this day, and then just came back down, and then currently trending down. But either way, you can trade that trend line, or you can wait for the range break to either side. Okay, so make sure you keep track of that. And just want to show you /ES, which is the futures. Everything is still looking bullish, but just always be cautious that we're at all-time high, and then any catalyst, any type of crazy movement and volatility can create some downside momentum, thus creating some more downtrend in the market in general. NQ, same thing, is just trending up nicely. Goes to say same thing that I said for ES. Look out for any catalyst, anything major that's going on in the market, volatility, and that can create some nice red candles to the downside. All right. RTY is another one that I'm still waiting for. This one, it's a weekly level right here at this 23.32 and then the high of 23.50. Once we start breaking out, it's going to be a weekly breakout. Okay, so keep track of IWM. Once we start breaking this and building candles right on top, this is going to be bullish and it's going to go for another run. So check that out. All right, same thing for solar. We're looking for a nice trend change. Same thing I showed you guys earlier. Looking at run, it's looking for a nice reversal, nice trend to the top again. So look out for the levels. Okay, 94.40. You want to look for this 98. You want to look for that $100 level again. So watch out for that. Okay, airlines, same thing. Airlines, I'm a little more questionable, but that's why I have AAL. I know everybody's going to be trading BA. Use BA. It's like that can be on the watch list every single day, and you guys can do some due diligence on that one too. So for this one, I'm waiting for my alerts to hit over 25 again to be bullish on all airlines. Okay, once I hit the alert over 25 and it reclaims this support here for jets, I will definitely start looking more bullish for airlines. So other than that, I really have nothing else for jets other than we are still downtrending. Okay, my safe area and alert is 25. All right, once we get over 25, I'll definitely be looking for this top of 27.20, thus creating some bullish momentum in the airlines. All right, so hopefully this kind of helps you guys for the weekly watch list. So remember, CRM, AAL, Disney, Cat, and Run are my top ones. All the rest are just some extra ones that I found that can give you guys a little more value. Please remember, guys, when you guys enter this position, go in light, add in, scale out, troll every position. Don't let your contracts go red with the hope of it turning back green. Okay, follow the levels. Remember that the targets never have to hit. If you're making 20 to 30%, please start taking profits, guys. Okay, don't wait for anything for anyone to tell you to start taking profits. All right. Just because you have a second target doesn't mean that it's going to hit the third one, doesn't mean it will hit the fourth one. You know, you should always start taking profits on the first one. And remember, you can always get back in for a dip buy. All right, sell into strength, take what you can, and stay consistent. If you're red on your contract and it doesn't go your way the first 15 to 30 minutes, go ahead and just cut it. You don't have to hold it. You can always get back in with a same position size. You know, no revenge trading. Revenge trading will be that once you get back in, you're going in heavier, which will create more of a loss and more of a panic and more of an emotional imbalance within your system. So keep those things in mind, guys. Stay focused, stay disciplined, have some structure, and follow those levels and respect them. Okay. Remember, take profits, cut loss, manage risk, guys. So hopefully this helps you guys understand just a little more of what the weekly watch list is, and we'll continue to update. Definitely have a shorter week this week, so be patient and be precise on your entries and exits, guys. So good luck, stay green, and please go ahead and just keep on following the YouTube channel, share it, like and subscribe, do all those good things. All right, guys. So see you guys in the chat. See you at Conservative Collectors if you guys are in there. If not, make sure you watch this video and set those levels, guys.